You know, I love horror movies, and I do like the Evil Dead franchise, so I was really looking forward to this one. Did it live up to my expectations? Let's check it out. Alright, this is my review for Evil Dead that is directed by Fede Alvarez and has a pretty young cast. First of all, I'm going to say, yes, this is a reboot of the franchise. It is not a sequel. It does hint a lot at the earlier Evil Dead films with things that happen in the story, you know, little props here and there. And I kind of enjoyed those things. But for you to notice those things, you have to be an Evil Dead fan. And it just so happens that I am. And my favorite installment of the franchise is this little ditty called Evil Dead 2. This reboot tries to sum up things that happened between the first Evil Dead and the second Evil Dead. And for you people out there who don't know, the third one is called Army of Darkness. And here's the thing about the Evil Dead franchise. It has horror elements in it. It is meant to be in the horror genre. But it also has this thing about it where it's almost a little bit funny too. And I think that's why people like Army of Darkness better, because there's more comedic moments in it. And you'll find that this one was trying to limit some of those comedic moments. Even though, in my viewing, there were people laughing at some of the bloody scenes. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the writing of this movie. Okay, they established they can't leave the cabin. But I would at least get out of the cabin. I'd rather take my chances in the woods. Okay, let's sum up. As a horror movie, I believe this movie hits its target audience. As the Evil Dead fans out there will find, okay, it touches on all the notes, but it's missing something. And that's mostly a character like Bruce Campbell. There's no clear, defined principle in this movie. At first it's her, and then it's the brother, and then it's back to her again, and, well, you don't find yourself rooting for one specific character. And I'm sorry, but Bruce Campbell pretty much carries the first act of this film. Here's what I was doing during this movie, because I'm an Evil Dead fan. I enjoyed seeing another person's perspective on this. I enjoyed little things like seeing the car, old, rusted down, Bruce Campbell's car. I appreciated the higher production values, but I don't see where this film would go next. I watched through the whole credits. There is just a little bonus scene up there. Okay, but not if you have to go to the can. If you gotta go to the can, you can look it up on YouTube. But okay, here's something I want to talk about, and I think it's going to be difficult for me because I am an Evil Dead fan. I think people who have never seen an Evil Dead movie and like horror movies will like this movie. But when they go back and they watch the older films, I don't think they'll like those movies. Because while the new one has a lot of gore, the older ones had a lot of gore, but it was delivered in a different style. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping somebody who loves this movie and hasn't seen the first three, go back and watch them. It is a tribute to people who love filmmaking and have this like low budget, good idea, and just go out there and get it done. Overall, as a horror movie, I like to see, you know, them not hold back any punches. And that is refreshing to see. If you like what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. No funny outtakes today, but I do want to point out something. On the reviews for this movie that are on the cover of the box, a particular name shows up, Roger Ebert. I just want to say he inspired me a lot on just the way he analyzed movies, how he loved movies, and I think it's sad to see him go.